Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Marco Silva has held his press conference ahead of Sunday's game against Tottenham Hotspur. And he said there's some good news about Yerry Mina. Yerry Mina has trained as normal. He's done all the work. And now it's just a case of how that injury reacts. He said it's a matter of having the conditions to support the pain he has. I have no idea what that means. Whether that means that he's going to have to wear a brace on his knee, or whether I don't know, the pitch conditions or whatever. I really have no clue. But it's good that he's trained. He said last week he did all the preparation for the Brighton game, but he didn't want to risk him ahead of the game against Watford. And obviously against Watford he went off with the injury. But Marco Silva said after the game he wasn't really feeling any pain. It was just during the game, which is, that's a bit of a concern, isn't it? So they're going to give him every chance for Sunday, and hopefully he can play in the game. I don't know whether they're going to have to just manage this injury for a few weeks till we get to that international weekend, and then see how he is. Knowing Colombia, they'll call him up and play him anyway. But he is our best defender at the moment, and we're all hoping that he can play the games, because he's a massive difference, isn't he? He's a massive difference. Obviously, there was a lot of worry that he wasn't going to be the player we needed, but he's been absolutely fantastic. And let's hope this is just one of those niggly injuries that'll sort itself out, given a little bit of time. And hopefully he plays on Sunday. And one player hoping to play alongside him is Mason Holgate. He's played the last couple of games, obviously scoring against Watford and assist against Brighton as well. And Marco Silva said that he had a bit of a private heart-to-heart with Mason, where a lot of truths were said, and it was up to Mason Holgate to respond, and he has responded. He said he's a little bit different to the other two. He said he's got more speed, he's got more agility. He said he's good on the ball too. I don't think he was saying the other two weren't good on the ball, but he was saying he was good on the ball too. And he has, hasn't he? He has got something a little bit different. For me, he's got a little bit of a nasty streak in him as well, which I don't necessarily think the other two have got. I think Mason Holgate's got a little bit of something, a little bit of devilment that is required to play centre-back. He's got that inner belief in himself. And Michael Keane just seems to be struggling with something, exactly the same, but with the confidence, struggling for his confidence. Mason Holgate doesn't seem to have that issue. And I'd rather see Mason Holgate playing at the moment. I really would. And the thing about Mason is he has got those attributes that I think we've been missing, the things that Kurt Zouma had. Michael Keane and Yerry Mina are both stoppers, where Mason Holgate's got that little bit of pace. And yes, he is a young player, and he does tend to switch off at times, and maybe he needs to be spoken through the game and to get him through. But hopefully as he grows, and if he grows on the pitch, that'll make a massive difference. So I really, really hope we get to see Mason Holgate alongside Yerry Mina on Sunday against Spurs, which is such a pivotal game for both teams. I did a podcast for a Spurs channel yesterday, and they genuinely believe that if Spurs get beat on Sunday, that Pochettino will be getting the sack. And that's incredible when you think that us as Everton fans have been saying the same thing about our manager. But for we're a team just above the bottom three, a team that could start the game on Sunday in the bottom three, and yet they're a team in the Champions League who haven't had a great start to the season, and they're talking about sacking a manager who, this time last year, or certainly even the summer, a lot of clubs were after, a lot of top clubs. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens. For Tottenham, they're going to be without Eric Lamela. They're going to be without Rose. Vertonghen is a major doubt as well with a hamstring injury. So it's going to be interesting to see whether they play. Big game, as I said. And Marco Silva was also asked about Richarlison, about what his best position is. He said he can play any of the front three positions. He can smell a goal, and I think he's absolutely right. But I do think it's all right saying he can play front three, but anywhere in the front three, but we need other players who can play anywhere. So I imagine Richarlison will play down the middle this week with Walcott to the right, and they're going to have to make a decision who plays on the left. Will it be Iwobi? Will it be Richarlison with Dominic Calvert-Lewin down the middle? We'll have to wait and see what he picks. Make sure to check out our Starting 11 show where Baz has picked his 11 for the game. Make sure to check out the match preview as well ahead of the game on Sunday. If we win on Sunday, that'll be three wins out of 4, and suddenly things might be looking a little bit different for Everton and Marco Silva. So let's hope that happens. Anyway, this has been the Everton News Daily. Make sure to check out, as I said, that preview with Greg O'Keefe, the Starting 11 show, and all the other great shows we've got out at the moment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.